This year, I got to experience a childhood dream of mine to go to a Formula One race, not once, but twice. And not just like go to the race, but go to the Paddock Club, which is absolutely ridiculous. It's over the top, it's crazy expensive. Thank you, Red Bull, for hosting us. I could have never dreamed that I would get to do stuff like this. I was literally in the paddock, like there's this little like viewing section in between the two cars in the Red Bull paddock as Max Verstappen, Sergio Perez, and Christian Horner are all coming out. I couldn't film it, but unreal experience. And I've been thinking a lot about how our dreams are too small and how that slows us down and what we can do to reach not only our dreams, but the dreams that we could have never imagined. See, most of us think of our life or the path to our dream as this straight line, point A to point B. And if you step off even a little bit, you're screwed, you're derailed, you're going in the completely wrong direction. And that is paralyzing. And it's not just paralyzing, it's really slow when every single decision feels life and death, like you're gonna be missing the mark. If you go off even a little bit, you're gonna be going in the completely wrong direction. That is paralyzing, and it makes for really slow decision making. So either you won't ever reach your dream or it'll take you your whole life to get there. You know, all those decisions of, should I go to this school or that school? Should I take that job or this job? Should I move over here or over there? And I'm here to tell you that none of that actually matters. I mean, it matters, but hear me out. Let me show you a better way to think about your path. Life is not a straight line. This is how I visualize it nowadays. You are in the middle here, and your dream or your goal is this circle around you. And this is the important part. The direction doesn't matter. What matters is that you take a step. So let's say your goal is to be a filmmaker. You can watch tutorials, you can buy a camera, you can meet a director friend, you can go to film school, you can make a YouTube video. All of these small steps will get you closer to your goal, but it doesn't actually matter which direction you go. Now, granted, some paths might lead you a little bit of the windy way around, whereas some paths might be a little bit more straight. But as long as you take steps forward, you will eventually get there. The problem is that most people don't take those small steps because they're just scared. They're not sure, is this the right step? I don't know if I should be taking this step. And so they don't take a step at all. And when you've taken enough steps, you reach that goal, that ring around you. You're finally there, you're happy, it's exciting, and something really interesting happens. You all of a sudden start looking off over there. You're like, but that is pretty interesting. I like that. That's pretty cool. Can I go for that? And you realize that there's not just one ring, there's all of a sudden this next ring. And again, all you gotta do is take one small step. Doesn't matter which direction you're going, as long as you're taking steps forward, and then you reach that goal. And then you're like, wait, what's that? That is really interesting. I want to go towards that. And there's another ring, and it just keeps going like that. It's literally this experience of like, wait, I can dream for that? And coming from that middle point, I could have never imagined that I could go for this crazy dream multiple levels out here. I was only able to comprehend the first filmmaking step, and this literally happened in my life. I thought that I needed to get, one of those safe, stable jobs, a doctor, a physiotherapist or something like that. And I went to university, and then I realized that I had this other smaller kind of goal of like traveling abroad. And so I went back to Finland by myself, and I realized this first little thing. And then all of a sudden I was like, ooh, the filmmaking thing is really interesting. Like, I'm gonna take some steps towards becoming a filmmaker. And then I realized, oh, it could actually become my career. That was the next ring, and I started taking steps towards that. And that led me to shooting for companies like Nike and all of this stuff that I could have never imagined, all these cool opportunities. And then out there I saw another ring, and I'm like, that YouTuber thing looks very interesting. Okay, so Alan hooked us up with the spot. This is the spot right here. Yeah, this is the spot.
Literally no badges needed.
Yeah, no, anybody can pretty much come here. Yo! What was that? Alan, you didn't really come prepared
If
for this.
I lay down, I'll just blend into this grass.
But it's also like 12 degrees and rainy out here.
I know. It's okay. You know what? We're Canadians, right?
Canadians, yeah. So the big guns arrived, and now we look like amateurs.
Yeah.
Legit?
Legit.
Amateur.
Legit.
Amateur. This is all open right here. Don't put your hands through. Alan, how do you find these spots?
I have no idea,
How much
bro.
did you pay for this access?
I literally, I was looking around to take a leak, and I couldn't find the washroom, and I walked over here, and I'm like, wait, what? There's a hole in the wall?
We're literally like behind generators and stuff. And then I thought, that can't be for me. That's too crazy. But it just stuck in my mind. I saw that ring and I was like, okay, let's start taking some steps. And little step after little step, 1 year later of doing YouTube, I had 250,000 subscribers and I was making more money making my own videos, which I loved, than I was working for a company like Nike. And now there's this new ring appearing, this idea of helping the next generation of YouTubers, mentoring them. And that is something like, oh, that's really cool. Okay, let's take steps towards that. And I have no idea what I'll be aiming for, what the ring will be 10 years from now. I don't even think I can possibly dream or perceive of what that could be. I guess the question is, why am I saying all of this? To just make you feel bad that your dreams are too small, or just to say that you need to dream bigger? The dream doesn't actually matter. What matters is that you take a small step forward. Because ultimately, that's how you reach any dream, is just by taking those small steps one at a time. It's good to have a goal, it's good to have a dream, but that's never the final destination. So don't stress out about it too much, thinking like that is the thing I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. If you're young right now, don't get stuck trying to figure out what's the best possible dream that I should be going for, because it's gonna change. There's way cooler things out there for you than you can even imagine. It really doesn't matter. And if you're older, more experienced, don't get stuck just because you reached that first dream or goal. Keep taking those steps, because there's so much more out there for you. Don't let fear stop you from taking a step forwards just because you think it's gonna derail you or take you possibly off your one narrow path. Just keep going. And if you're not taking small steps forward, you're not just potentially missing out on your dream, you're possibly missing out on tens, maybe hundreds of dreams that are way crazier than you can imagine right now. Thanks, Red Bull, for having me and for making one of my dreams come true. A dream that I didn't even know I was allowed to have, let alone thinking that it could actually happen to me. I wanna know what your dreams are right now, and I wanna know what small steps you could take right now to get you closer to that dream. I can't wait to see all of the things that you guys do. I love hearing the stories of how something that I might have said might have sparked something in you guys to take a step forwards, and then all of the stuff that happens after that. It's absolutely wild. I look at my own life and I still can't believe that so many of these things have happened. So take one small step, and I guarantee you, you do that often enough, you will end up somewhere that you couldn't have imagined. Not possible to dream that big. All right, hope this helped. I'll see you guys later. I really want to go to another F1 race. Man, they're so fun.